throwing rockets from both the ends is one of the strategy that England is
Yeah.
right now staying on.
First T20, more than anything, showed just how good Abhishek Sharma
Yes.
is, right?
Hardik Pandya also just trying to hoik and everybody just followed the suit then.
I thought other batters could have batted a lot more
Yes.
sensibly.
Varun Chakravarti is a different ball game for them altogether. They are not able to read him out of his
Yeah.
hands.
Arshdeep has been performing really well
Yes.
as a bowler for India in T20s. He's gonna be the fastest to take 100 wickets in T20s.
Shami in place of Akshar Patel, then it would have been better. But it's a Gautam Gambhir team, so he would always go for guys who can provide something with both bat and ball.
On his day, Rinku is a better
Yes.
T20 batter than Jurel. It is imperative for England to win this one. I think they will come all guns blazing.
Lost his nerve in the end, did Michael Holding. And Lord Carr, chairman of the credentials.
They're running. It's got to be a direct hit. Getting back for two. That is the end of the match. Won the NatWest Series.
It would have been fantastic if it would have been 100.
In the air, Nishant takes it! India win! Dhoni finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. Here we go, last ball to the outside, it's running through, it could be run out! Wide, Muller gets it, and he gets plenty of it, does he? No! What a catch! Oh my God! It's in the air, it's India who win the T20 World Cup after 17 years.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Cricket Castaway. First of all, a very, very, very happy Republic Day to all of you. Uh, and yeah, we going through an India versus England T20 series, which is looking fairly exciting. So discuss about that. I have Divyansh with me. So how are you, Divyansh, and how's
Yeah,
everything
everything
going
is
on?
great, and good morning to all of you. A very happy Republic Day. And yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Pune. Like the sun is shining bright, and it's almost it does not look like it's January. It's almost feeling like it's already March. The temperatures are soaring high, it's upwards of 30 degree. So yeah, a good day.
Yeah,
And definitely the series has added a bit more flavor to the season, and a lot of nail biting moments we saw in yesterday's match. But we will start from the first T20 international, and then we will move on from
yeah,
there. So yeah, a good day to
yeah. I think the first T20, more than anything, showed just how good Abhishek Sharma is,
yes.
right? I mean, this boy especially has the best strike rate in international cricket going on right now. And yeah, him and Travis had already shown last season what a lethal and destructive opening pair can do. And I'm just waiting for the day to see when both Samson and him are on the crease spitting fire because that's gonna be an amazing day.
Yeah, definitely. Because yeah, we saw some fireworks from Sanju also in the first or second over, but unfortunately he could not continue. But yeah, when both will be firing from their individual ends, it will be a treat to watch. And yes, Abhishek Sharma is a special player, and there is a lot that has gone in the background, and he has got some great mentors, as he himself uh, admitted to in the
Yeah,
press conference that guys like Yuvraj Singh, Brian Lara, even Gautam Gambhir. So he has got great mentorship very early in his career, and it's not like he's just letting that privilege go. He's utilizing every bit of it, and he has proven again and again with his performances like how destructive he can be. The stroke making and the bat flow is like amazing. Like I have not seen in a southpaw this kind of a bat flow in uh, a very long time. I think last it was Yuvraj Singh and
yeah, you,
who did this kind
yeah.
of amazing job. So yeah, a great potential in the future, especially for the limited over format. We don't know how far he will go in Test cricket. That's a long time away, but yeah, in the limited overs, he is such a gem of a player.
No, I actually right now am of the opinion that I don't think he really fits either the one day or the test side simply because of his style of batting. I don't think he would even survive the one day format for that matter because he looks to play like a six on
Yes.
every ball. That's good for a T20. I think one day is a long, long way away. But yeah, let's starting from England's batting performance. I mean, Kolkata is a really good batting wicket. And I think Josh Butler was the lone warrior in the first game as well as in the second one. But in the first game specifically, he scored 68. Looks like the Josh Butler of old that we saw a few years ago in
Yes.
the IPL is coming back to form. That's good for IPL. That's really good news for Gujarat because they took a punt on Josh Butler. But overall, I was expecting a lot more from the England batting order because they bat so deep on a wicket as good as the Kolkata wicket. 132, the total I thought was a really poor
Yeah,
outing
it
from
was never
England.
gonna be a defendable total where we have seen the likes of Punjab Kings even chase a 260 plus target with great ease. So I think, yeah, this was never gonna be defendable. And yes, we expected a lot more from this side, this setup. And I think probably they could have taken someone else in the place of Ben Duckett. I think he's just so out of place in this setup. I think Sam Curran has always done a great job against India, especially in India. So I think they might have missed a trick here, not by not picking Sam Curran here.
Yeah, I think in place of Duckett for me, and I completely agree with you. I don't think Duckett finds his place in the T20 setup for England for me. But I think it should have been Will Jacks who would have been there with Phil Salt because he's a genuine opener and he's as destructive as Phil Salt is. So I thought there was a place for Will Jacks in
Yeah,
England setup. Josh Butler is coming into number three. So yeah, that's again if you look at it, if Bill Jacks or Salt, which have both could have gotten out pretty quickly, then Josh Butler has been an opener all his life, so he knows how to handle the new ball. So I think yeah, Ben Duckett, I don't think finds a place in this
definitely.
side.
And even guys like Harry Brook and Livingstone looked out of color, probably due to their inability to read Varun Chakravarti, especially. I think apart from that, they are both fantastic T20 players and nobody can discredit them. But it's just that this player is a different ball game. Varun Chakravarti is a different ball game for them altogether. They are not able to read him out of his
Yeah.
hands. They are just playing where the ball pitches and just on their assumption that it will move this way or that way or it is a straight one. So that's where they are just getting bamboozled by Varun Chakravarti. So I think yeah, there is some work to put in there because India has got some great spin quality in this side.
Yeah, I think Harry Brook is their up and coming superstar. But he needs to understand how to play spin because he just made a comment that in Kolkata they couldn't win because of the smog. But this guy is going to play in Delhi. I mean, how is he going to perform in Delhi when he can't see the ball in Kolkata? So that's one thing. But if Harry Brook needs to come to the middle order, I think he needs to start playing spin a lot more because he's also going to be the part of the one day side
Yes.
for England and. Most of the time they'll be playing either in Pakistan or in Dubai, which means any which ways the ball is gonna grip and spin. And he has to then make a choice, and England setup has to make a choice. They can either ask Harry Brook to open, where he faces as many deliveries of the fast bowlers as possible, or if he is coming to the middle order, he needs to up his game because it's not just Varun Chakravarti. In every team today, you will find a
Yes,
magic finger
definitely.
spinner in the T20 format and in the World Day format. And if you're not able to read them from their hand, it's going to be very difficult for you to survive.
That's really true. Talking about Phil Salt, I think he should have better utilized his KKR experience on the Eden Gardens, but he was just outfoxed by Arshdeep with that ball with the awkward bounce, and he was just in the attacking mode. So he just went for it and got caught. But I think probably Phil Salt will definitely improve his performance. In this series
Yeah,
as he progresses because he's a really great player and he has a great eye for the ball, and I think yeah
yeah.
he will do well, so no wonders there.
Yeah, I think it's just again Liam Livingston now. It's been multiple years that I feel like he's living on to his reputation. He balls good balls and he has a lot of power, but I don't remember the last time, maybe 3 or 4 years ago in IPL when I saw a real Liam Livingston innings. I haven't been seeing those for a while. And as you rightly said, in that kind of a situation, I think Sam Curran becomes a much better middle order batter who is also a better bowler than Liam Livingston. So probably because England feel that these are spinning conditions, so they need a Livingston kind of a player in the middle. But I thought there was room for a Sam Curran
Yes,
all day
it's
long.
probably because they are going in with a strategy of the ultimate speedsters, and they are trying to just catch Indian batters on their shortcoming for these bouncers and short stuff. And I think that's where they are missing the variety of Sam Curran, who, whenever the conditions are helpful, initial 4 overs, he can move the ball and is a very potent wicket taker in the power play as well. So you can save one of from Jofra Archer or Mark Wood to for the middle overs where they can try their bumpers and the Yorkers, the slower ones, and they can be equally effective in the middle overs as well. So you have to play
Yeah,
to your strength. If
yeah.
you have only one good spinner in Adil Rashid, so then you can probably try a different sort of an all-rounder also.
Yeah, it's just moving on to Archer. I think it's he has such a brilliant bowling
Yes.
action, and it's great to see him when he is fully fit and firing like he's doing in this series. He's had a long rest. Long it may continue because a bowler like Jofra Archer is gonna be really crucial in the Champions Trophy. Let's see if he can bowl
Yeah.
10 overs. That would be the next step. So we'll probably see that in the one day series for India. But overall, I think the combination of Archer and Wood is very, very threatening and it's very good. And though India has won the first two games, you could see that Archer has been causing a lot of problems specifically to Sanju Samson, and Sanju Samson is just not able to get a hold of Archer, which is a good
Yeah,
sign for
definitely,
England.
definitely, because throwing rockets from both the ends is one of the strategy that England is
Yeah,
right now staying on, and probably it might become useful if Indian batters are not going to get ahead of this strategy, because we saw even Abhishek Sharma slightly struggling against Mark Wood, and he has been economical as well in the power play. So I think,
yeah,
yeah, they have to just find a way to counter this. I think Tilak does it fairly well, although there are some top edges involved there.
yeah,
But he's at least he's not caught red-handed. He throws his hands in a logical way,
yeah,
and he's never afraid to counter this kind of bowling. So I think,
yeah,
yeah, Tilak Verma is fairly comfortable, and his
yeah.
experience from South African pitches is also helping him to counter this because he has batted and scored a century in more hostile conditions than this. So, yeah.
So I think moving on to India, first of all, I think 132 England probably were for me at least 60 runs short because India chased the total down in 13 overs, 12.5. So there were 7 overs remaining. India had a lot of wickets in hand. Probably if the scoreboard would have been around 180, 185, probably at the start the pressure would have been a lot more on the Indian side, and England could have made a match out of it. But I thought in the first innings, England were at least 50 or
Yes,
60 runs
definitely.
short.
Considering the due also in the second innings, it was never a target that they could have gained confidence from.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And also, just before we move to India batting, I think Arshdeep has been performing really well
yes,
as a bowler for India in T20s. He's gonna be the fastest to take 100 wickets in T20s for India, and I think he's just started bowling internationally in India for T20s for past
yes.
2 years or so. So I think his performances have been really a shining bright spot for
Definitely,
Indian
like
bowling.
we never quite realized when did he became the one of the mainstays of Indian pace
Yeah,
attack in T20s. So earlier he was just supporting Bumrah, but gradually, especially in the T20 World Cup that we won last year and some few months before that, he gradually took that position and yeah, taking wickets in the power play has become his forte and we can see the result.
yeah,
He has already taken close to 100 wickets, and he is the fastest one
yeah,
for doing this for India. So he just
yeah,
overtook Yuzvendra Chahal, who is a legend in T20 arena.
yeah,
So I think that's great signs for India, and if we get Bumrah back for a probably a global event, then both of these starting from one of
yeah,
the other ends, I think it would be great signs for India because we already have a huge spin pool which poses different kind of threats to different kind of players. So yeah, that would be great to see.
yeah. So what do you think of using Hardik Pandya as the opening pace bowler and then having three spinners in the lineup? Do you think India could have probably gone for another pacer in place of either Akshar or Ravi Bishnoi, or do you think this was a good idea to because it's just 4 overs, Hardik can bowl that any match. So uh, going with Hardik as a genuine
I
pacer.
think for me, Hardik should not be the frontline bowler. In the starting 11, he can bowl 4 overs and he has a good amount of pace and variation in him. But I think a genuine pacer or a genuine bowler who can move the ball around both ways, that kind of a bowler I would prefer. That increases the chance of breaking through the top order more instead of Hardik Pandya, although he was very economical in this in the first match initially, but later on he went for runs against Josh Butler. He also took 2 wickets, but I think he's more of a first change or second change bowler rather than the frontline bowler. If we would have had Shami in place of Akshar Patel, then it would have been better. But since it's a Gautam Gambhir team, so he would always go for guys who can provide something with both bat and ball. So that's way. And England also bats deep, so we had to be insured from that aspect as well. So that's why I think they played Hardik Pandya and not Shami
Yeah,
as a front line, as a first opening bowler, I think. But Shami deserves his place in this side, and I think we would
yeah.
see him
I
in
think
upcoming matches.
Yeah, I think Shami for me isn't still that fit that they can take a risk on him. They've included him in the side probably to keep him around the team. Gotham probably wants him to spend a lot more time around the team, but I don't think he's 100% fit as of now, probably because Shami is the kind of bowler, and everyone knows that he needs at least 10, 11 matches under his belt before he starts performing to his best of the capabilities. And Champions Trophy is very near now. So I think if Shami is in the squad, he should play. I think the only reason he's not playing is that he's still not 100% fit. But again, there are few question marks for me in the process of selecting the team because if you see, you've picked Nitish Reddy in the first T20. You haven't
Yeah.
bowled him. He hasn't got the chance to bat and then you don't pick him in the second match. So, I mean, why did you then pick him?
Yeah, I
It's a
think
bit
he
confusing.
got injured, so I think Nitish Reddy is now out of the
Oh,
uh, top 16 for this entire series. And Rinku
Okay,
Singh has
okay.
got a niggle, so he will probably come back in the fourth and fifth T20. So for now, they have got replacement as Shivam Dube and Washington Sundar, or probably he was already.
Was she played in the second test match,
Yeah,
in the second T20, and
yeah.
also Dhruv Jurel,
So they
which
got
again,
Jurel and
so
Shivam Dube as replacements. So
yeah. Yeah, yeah. So because again, for Rinku, it's completely understandable. I think on his day, Rinku is a better
yes,
T20 batter than Jurel. So and you already have Sanju Samson to keep wickets. So I think yeah, if Rinku was fit enough, he would have started in place of Jurel in the second game. Uh, but I think it's sad because Rinku also it seems like doesn't really get a run of games
yes.
every now and then. He needs to also play 2 or 3 series in a go and cement his place because we know how destructive he is and what damage he can do. It's just it's the niggling injuries that sometimes keep him out, which is really sad for him because there
Yeah,
is a player in
sometimes
there.
and sometimes due to circumstances, like the top order does so well that he doesn't even get a chance to bat. Or some or the other thing is happening at the international level with Rinku Singh, so he's not getting to showcase his full range of capabilities. But I'm sure with Gautam Gambhir at helm, he will definitely get more chances to perform. So yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah. So, who do you think? Obviously, there was Abhishek Sharma, but Abhishek Sharma and Arshdeep Singh. But do you think there was any other player from either side that caught your eye in the
Definitely,
first
the
game?
shining star is Varun Chakravarti for me. I think he broke the back of
Yeah,
the English batting lineup, and just the way he bowled, the way he went through the gates of Harry Brook and Liam Livingstone. It's just amazing to see. And the guy has developed that overspin with a slightly tweaked action, and
yeah,
they are not able to read him from the hand, and that's where they are just getting bamboozled. And that's a great
yeah,
sight to watch because we have conventionally been a strong spin attack since the ages, and to see English guys getting bowled out on a spinner, it's a treat to watch. So I think he was one of the outstanding
yeah.
performers of this match, and he's growing leaps and bounds in the leadership of Gautam Gambhir, the kind of confidence he carries right now, and he has also worked on his fitness a lot. So I think
Yeah.
he's on his path to glory, probably. And the next T20 World Cup is in India also. So I think he is showing great signs of uh, being the lead of that World Cup as well. Like he would be crucial cog in India's performance for the next T20 World Cup.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. I think Varun is really growing in his stature. In the IPLs, his performance have been phenomenal, and now he's converting them into the international arena as well. It's so difficult to pick him, his googlies, and as you rightly said, the overspin that he has developed. Uh, a lot, I think, is inspired by Ashwin as well in that because it's probably a fairly similar kind of bowlers, just different actions. But yeah, I think long it may continue because Varun looks really good. But moving to the second T20, that this was a close
Yes.
game yesterday. I mean, at one point of time, I thought that we were not gonna win this, and Tilak Verma is a superstar. I mean, the way he handled the situation, he knew there was nobody else who was going to take India home. It was his responsibility to do so. And yeah, a mature young man coming to the arena, and yeah, the world is his oyster for me because he is
Yeah,
genuinely very good.
definitely. When Akshar Patel got out, I thought this is over now, and now they
Yeah,
will the wickets will keep falling from one end, and Tilak Verma will not find a suitable partner who can see through the innings with him. So that was a pleasant surprise that we were able to secure this win, and I think Tilak played really
yeah,
responsibly, and he never uh, he never gave into his emotions. He only showed all his emotions once the target was achieved. So I think that's a great sign of a
Yeah.
young player maturing into a solid, responsible batsman. So great signs.
Yeah, I think the total of 165, you're playing in Chennai. Though we have seen many high scoring games in Chennai over the past years, but a total of 165 is a very competitive one in Chennai because the pitch turns. And you saw Adil Rashid
Yes.
was bowling at around 65, 70 kph. It was just, he was just drifting it. It was so slow, and people were not able to get a hang of him, which was difficult, and they made a game out of it because, as you rightly said, it wasn't looking like India was going to win. But kudos to Tilak that we did. I thought other batters could have batted a lot more
Yes.
sensibly, especially Bapu. I thought at that point of time, the run rate required wasn't that high. It was a nothing shot that Bapu got out to. So I think it's also because the team management is instilling that philosophy of going after every ball, which sometimes has a negative
Yes.
consequence. But again, it's in that situation that your game awareness comes into picture, and that is where Tilak Varma's performance is praiseworthy because everybody else, they knew that if they stayed just 2, 3 more overs, India would have won comfortably. But in order to hoik the ball outside, they
Yeah,
were always down.
definitely. Tilak showed great temperament, we can say, because he kind of switched gears with every stage of the game as we were progressing into the game. He took his time against Adil Rashid, as we saw. Adil only gave 14 runs in his 4 overs, being the most economical bowler of the entire match. But apart from that, he also took his chances. Like he went against Jofra and like scored heavily against Jofra Archer, and he used his pace very intelligently, playing the scoops on the backward leg or even on the behind the wickets. He almost got 40% of his run behind the wickets, so he used the field intelligently. But yeah, other
Yeah.
players should have given him a lot more support. I think probably Dhruv Jurel also got caught into his like getting out of that lean patch, or you can say he was not. The things were not going that smooth for Dhruv Jurel, so he also got out. Then Hardik Pandya also just trying to Hoik and everybody just followed the suit then. I think Washington Sundar
Yeah.
was the only exception that played sensible cricket and he also kept up the strike rate. So that was good.
Yeah, but that's also after he
Yeah,
was
yes,
dropped.
yes.
So like if he wouldn't have been dropped, that would have been a different story because he was also going into the same vein. I think Surya hasn't performed in the first two matches, but I really love the way he's captaining the side. I think the field placements have been really good. He has been really proactive. It's gonna be an interesting dynamic to see, like because he's gonna be playing under Hardik for Mumbai Indians, but in the international now he is Hardik's captain, so it's gonna be, let's see how that plays out. But overall, I think I'm fairly impressed with Surya's captaincy and his philosophy of just taking on the bowlers is now reflecting in this team slowly
Yeah.
and surely. So I think this is an exciting team that Surya and Gautam Gambhir are building for the
Yeah, this is
T20s.
even interesting from the perspective that both teams have similar philosophy. Like they don't get bogged
Yeah,
down by fall of a couple of wickets. Their strategy is just go attack and attack whatever may come. So that even that's how even England was able to manage a score of 165 because their number 6, 7, 8 also just kept going after the bowlers and just playing their shots, and guys like Bryden Cars and even guys like Jamie Overton, Jamie Smith, they just kept going and they did not bother how much score we are looking at the end of the innings. So I think both are playing with a similar philosophy. So it's uh, it's now the onus is now on the execution. So Right now, what we are seeing is
Yeah.
who better executes the same strategy will win on that particular day. So
Yeah.
yes, a good contest.
Yeah, I think again in this match, Joss Butler was 45 out of 30. I mean, he's just so good. But I thought when Jamie Smith started to hit the ball, I mean, if he could have just stayed for a few more balls, probably he would have won the game for England. And I wasn't expecting the kind of innings Cars played simply because he was coming so down the order. I thought he was losing partners at the other end, so it was difficult for him, but he scored even more than Jamie Smith. That lower end two innings from Smith and Cars, I think they were the ones that brought England into the game, and then obviously Adil Rashid with his spinners just put his clutches
Yeah,
around the Indian
definitely
batting.
these two were the major accelerators at the mid of the innings because before that, it was looking like the score was 104 for 6 in 12.3 overs. So I was thinking that they are again on the same trajectory as the first T20, and this is going to be close to 140. The target would be at max 140, but then they picked up
Yeah,
and like Jamie Smith and Braden Cars just changed the game in the last five or six overs.
yeah.
So I think yeah, that's the strength of England.
Yeah, I think when at the 10 over mark, right? So India were around India were at 10 overs. India was 78 or 79 for six, which for me at that point of time it was Tilak who was batting, and Washi
Yes,
had just come in. And at that point of time, for me, it looked like the game is gone because this is Chennai wicket. It's gonna be you've scored at 8 runs per over for the first 10 overs and you've lost five of your wickets. You again have to score 80 runs in the next 10, and there's not a lot of batting left. I thought at that point of time the match had gone. When Washi's catch was dropped, I think that again was a turning point because after that Washi just went after bowlers, and in that one over he scored 18 runs, and in the following over I guess he again scored 14 or something runs. So in these two overs they brought the required run rate fairly down, which again changed the game. But at one point of time, we looked like in a
yeah,
spot of bother.
definitely.
Yeah,
Like it made Washi made things easier for Tilak as well because Tilak could take his time, absorb the pressure, and then play his
yeah,
shots according to the situation. Uh, if this innings would not have come, I think Tilak could have given into the pressure, but Washi gave him a breather, and then
yeah.
Tilak came back really strong in the last 4 overs, and yeah, India managed to get that win, and also even Ravi Bishnoi, who uh, quite
He was
yeah
hitting boundaries.
playing some cheeky shots in at the end, and by the last
Yeah,
over, it was looking like whether he's going to score the winning boundary or it would be Tilak Verma. But yeah, really sensible, handy knock from Ravi Bishnoi as well. Like he did not mount the pressure in any over. Like there are no runs in that particular over, so he managed to score a boundary in every over he played. So that also released the pressure quite a bit.
in the second last over when Arshdeep was batting and England had just made this setup, there were two slips on either side of Arshdeep, and like everybody was inside. And in the commentary, people asked Ravi Shastri like, what is it that Arshdeep should do? Should he hit the ball outside?" And Ravi Shastri said, "No, you can't do that. It would be a lot of pressure then on Tilak. You just have to defend this ball." And then Arshdeep did the same thing what England expected, and gave the catch to Jofra Archer. And Ravi Shastri was livid in the commentary box, and I could just feel it because nobody expected Ravi Bishnoi then to come in and score those two, three boundaries. And it looked like Tilak would come under a lot of pressure. There were still 20
Yes.
runs to get of probably 17 or 16 balls, which was looking like really tricky. So yeah, Ravi Bishnoi, I think, won the game with the bat for us at that
Yeah, a
situation.
great calm head on those small shoulders, I would say. But yeah, he did play his part. So I think finally, we have a spinner who can at least hold his own, like Kuldeep Yadav is one, but the likes of Chahal were never able to break out of there as a
Yeah,
batsman. But yeah, Ravi Bishnoi, Washington Sundar, Akshar Patel, all these guys are like Akshar Patel is in a different league altogether, but even Ravi Bishnoi
yeah.
can
I think both
Washi
Akshar
are
and
different.
Washi are in a different league
But still,
because,
yeah,
yeah,
Ravi Bishnoi can hold his
but
own.
but
Like
but that's,
if he has to play out a couple of balls,
yeah.
he can do it.
Yeah, 100%. So again, yeah, this was a nail biter and it was a great game. The next one is going to be in Rajkot, which is known for a
Yeah.
lot of runs. I have the opinion that from both the sides, the two stars are gonna come into picture in this one. I think Surya is gonna have a great game. He's due for runs. I think we're gonna see a Surya special very soon. And I also think like Harry Brook is there would be no smog in Rajkot. So I think even Harry Brook, I think I really want to see Harry Brook perform in India. There was this one innings in Hyderabad where he got that 100, which was a great one in IPL. But other than that, I haven't seen Harry Brook perform to the level he does internationally. I'm really hoping that he comes to form because IPL, being part of Delhi. I would want to see him perform when I go to the
Yeah.
match there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Harry Brook to
Yeah,
perform
I
in the
think
next one.
yeah, looking at the law of averages, either one of Harry Brook or Phil Salt is bound to succeed in the next match. And in the same way, I think probably it would not be a good day for Joss Butler. So yeah, and
Yeah. Though
we
we
can
will
never
never
rule Joss out.
rule
Yeah.
Joss Butler out because when he goes on that purple patch, he scores in probably
Definitely,
every game.
definitely. And yes, Surya is due for a captain's inning this time because he's not able to carry on. Like he plays good shots when he begins, but somehow or the other he finds a way to get out. So I think yeah, he is also due a good innings for India. So yeah, it would be again a great match. I would think. I don't see toss playing that much of a role here because it's in the northern geography of the country, and the dew factor was quite heavy in Eden Gardens and Chinnaswamy. Although Chinnaswamy offered a lot to every kind of bowler, so it did not ease down that much that was expected due to the dew. But I think yeah, Rajkot would be a neutral ground, and for both the teams, it would be equal opportunities to grab.
Yeah, I think this is a five match series, so this again becomes a really crucial match. England have to win this one if they want to have a good series because following this would be the one day series, and this is the confidence that the team will take to the one day series and then to the Champions Trophy. I think it is imperative for England to win this one. I think they will come all guns blazing. It's a good wicket to bat on, so it will suit England. England have been batting first in both the games, and we both know that England over the years have been known to be another chasing side who chase really well. So it will be great to see who decides to bat
Yes.
first in this one. But overall, I think this is going to be a really
Definitely,
exciting game.
definitely. And yes, England, the stakes are more high for England because they don't want the series to get over already. So they will give their 200% in
Yeah,
this, and that makes it even more interesting because if the series stays alive, then we have some great action coming up in Pune on Friday and again in Mumbai in the Wankhede on
yeah,
Sunday. So I think, yeah, series is
yeah.
still alive and quite open.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, who are your three players to watch out from? From let's start with England and then India in the third
For
match.
England, I would say Phil Salt, Harry Brook, and Jofra Archer in the next match. And from Indian side, I would like to see Sanju Samson, Surya, and from spinners side, I think Ravi Bishnoi has made an impact, but not that much. Like he's getting overshadowed by Varun Chakravarti. So I think it's time for Ravi Bishnoi to show the kind of range he has got. So these three guys for from India.
Yeah, I think the same. I think Phil Salt and Harry Brook. I think Josh Butler will again be a very good player for England. So I think those are the three for me for England. In India setup, obviously there's a Surya. I want to see him do well, but I want Shivam Dube to come now in the team when he's being picked in place of Jurel because when Adil Rashid balls, it's
Yes,
Shivam Dube who's going to
yes,
take him down. Jurel doesn't have that kind of. He's a really good one day and a test batter, but for me in the T20 setup, as of now, Jurel could be very good in the future. But as of now, I
he's a
think
much
Shivam
better.
Dube
Yes,
is ahead of of Dhruv Jurel. So and you already have a keeper in the form of Sanju Samson. So for that very reason, I think Shivam Dube needs to come in the middle overs specifically to take down Liam Livingston and
yes,
Adil
definitely.
Rashid.
And Shivam Dube, like Jurel does not give you anything with the ball. Even if required, Dube can give you a couple of overs as well. And he is quite a destructive player against spin, so he can just take down Livingston and Adil Rashid in the middle. And yeah, he has got that range
Yeah.
of shots.
I don't even know why the team management would go away from their philosophy because in the T20 World Cup Shivam Dube was a mainstay
Yes,
in the middle order. After that they didn't even pick him up in the first 15. It's only because
yes,
Rinku got injured that you had to bring in Shivam Dube in, which I think it just shows a wrong sign message to the player himself because he has been performing fairly well. I mean, in the T20 World Cup, he was good. In IPL, he has been good. Plays in the middle order, and your philosophy is that you have to hit right from the word go. So that means every now and then you will get a string of low scores in there, specifically in the T20 setup. But I think Shivam Dube should be way ahead of others in the
definitely,
middle order.
definitely. I think they should experiment with him, or in fact, give him a chance for a couple of T20s until Rinko is fit. So he automatically comes in because Dhruv Jurel is not quite ready for this setup yet. Like his performances for Rajasthan Royals are also not that great, so you can pick him on the merits of IPL performance. So
Yeah.
yes, Shivam Dube should be the choice.
No, I think both Shivam Dube and Rinku Singh have a place in this setup. So I think if both are fit and available, you only play one of Washington or Akshar. I've said this many times. Either it's a T20 or a one day or a test match. Washi and Akshar are very
Yes.
similar. So it's no, and you already have Chakravarti, you already have Ravi Bishnoi. You don't need four spinners and if you really are so desperate, I think Rinku can ball some spinners as well. So I think it's either one of Akshar or Washi that plays, and I think both Dube and Rinku come
Yeah, because
into
even
the team.
Abhishek Sharma can ball, and he took a wicket as well in the yesterday's match. So
Yeah,
you don't have lack of
yeah,
spinning options in the team. Guys like
yeah,
even Tilak Varma and Abhishek Sharma, they can roll over their arms and give each of them can
yeah,
give you a couple of
yeah,
overs. So you don't have to worry from the
yeah,
spin department.
yeah.
Shivam Dube gives you the option which is rare, medium pace,
Medium pace,
two overs of economic bowling with medium pace.
and that also puts the pressure
Yes,
out
yes,
of
yes.
Hardik
It
because you right now using him as a
yeah. So
genuine
it
seamer.
manages it helps us manage his workload as well. Like he gives you quick two overs in the opening slot, and then probably he should not need to come back if Shivam Dube can take over.
So, yeah, I think this is it. We are expecting India to win the third T20 as well, though I think it's going to be a close one, and England can come back
Yeah,
strongly in
definitely.
this one.
So, hoping for a great series upcoming, and so please stay tuned in. We will be back with more analysis and more discussions on this. Have a great day. Thank you.